Hey, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. I'm here with Clifton Johnson. He's been in real estate coming up on his 14th anniversary in the business, a 5-time icon with EXP. We're going to have a great talk. Get out your notepads. You're going to learn some things. Here we go. Clifton Johnson, Dallas, Texas.
Yes. Man, I love that intro. I got to do better.
Hey, traveling the world, seeing things, family, all that stuff. Yep. I think here's the thing, and you've been in this a long time. We'll talk about some of this, but and I know you got what, 5 kids? Is that right?
5 children. Yep.
5 kids. What are their ages? Tell me about your family real quick.
Oh yeah, top down. My oldest daughter, she's 18. She's in college, freshman year. I have a 9th grader. She's 14, and then I have a 5-year-old, and he's in kindergarten.
Okay.
And I have a 4-year-old daughter, and
Nice.
she's in pre-K. And then I have a 3-year-old son. He's my youngest, Christian.
There you go.
So,
Very good for you.
Don't ask me when their birthday is. I'm just.
I hear you. Well, can I real quick? So your oldest daughter, 18, first year in college. Where's she going to school?
She's going to University of North Texas, UNT.
Okay. Was it hard dropping her off? No, it was for me, man. I've got 2 daughters. They're 26 and 23 now. I remember and she just went right up here in Denver, and I'm in Colorado Springs. So it's like an hour away. I mean, it's not a big deal, but oh my gosh, I remember just leaving her off at school. For me, it was just like, oh, it just kind of hit.
I was like, hey, don't come back home every weekend. Stay up there, stay on campus, experience campus life, have fun.
It. For sure. So, well, man, I appreciate you getting on here. I know you got a great story. I reached out to you here a while back because you're doing some big things, obviously, in your business and EXP. Let's talk a little bit about your story. How did 14 years in the business? You've been through a lot. You got in 2009, which, that market was a little crazy back then. We're kind of seeing some shifts here right now. But, what got you into real estate? Let's talk about that.
Oh, well, first and foremost, I was in corporate America for about 7 years.
Okay.
And I quickly realized that just was not for me. I liked what I did. I just didn't love it. So I got my license I got my real estate license, I think in 2009. Yeah, 2009. Okay. And I went full-time in real estate in 2011, 12 timeframe. Okay. But, I just saw it as a way of building wealth and escaping corporate America. I just wanted to do something different and want to build a different lifestyle. So I quickly realized that what I was doing in my trajectory in corporate America wasn't going to get me the lifestyle that I wanted because I didn't really have a passion for it.
Right.
So, and I didn't know I had a passion for real estate, but I knew I had a passion for investing. So, I'd started investing in real estate in 2005, buy rental properties slowly and just buy and hold, lease them out. So I started that and I decided to just get my license and go that direction.
Right. You built quite a portfolio of rental properties. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, yes. I would say it's a modest portfolio.
Yeah. You've done well with it though. How many homes do you have right now?
Right now, our company just bought. Actually, we closed yesterday on our 23rd home. So
okay, good for you. That's awesome. Good for you. What was it like at the beginning? I mean, you were working at part-time. You were still working corporate. You were able to go full-time. You said 2011, really become full-time?
Yeah. Well, I was with a small boutique brokerage for years. So I had a really, really good mentor. He was an investor. He was kind of a hands-off mentor. So, it would have been good if he was more hands-on. And I'll go into that later on. But it was very kind of figured out. Learn as you go. I didn't really have a team back then. I started building a team in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. Small, very small team. I think we had like 3 or 4 people.
Hmm.
And my fiance at the time was part of the team.
Okay.
So yeah, it was back then it was a little bit slower paced. It seemed like now it seems like it's quick, quick, quick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and technology's moving. I mean,
Oh
it's
man.
changed. So I've been doing it now 21 years. I mean, so it's just, I started
Oh, so
2002. It's
so
just,
you
I
know.
do. Yeah. It's just, I mean, the way it's just, man, things are moving fast. I think
Oh,
and we got to keep up with that. You got to keep up with the
oh
technology.
yeah.
I think I run into these realtors sometimes. They just don't want to learn new things, and it's easy to get set in our ways and comfortable. And I get that, but man, you're going to go the way of Blockbuster if you don't
Oh,
keep
absolutely. Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
to some degree. So,
Oh,
talk about the process of it. When you started your team, like were you at a point in your business where it was just more than you could handle, or was it something you just wanted to leverage yourself more? Or where were you at in that, like, in terms of volume and production, that kind of stuff, in terms of what led you to wanting to start a team?
well, I quickly learned that I couldn't be everywhere at one time,
Okay.
and I knew that was kind of the next step. I was doing about 30 to 40 transactions a year, and I kind of
Mhm.
wanted to step that up. So that's kind of why I built a kind of a small, intimate team of agents. Plus, a lot of agents kind of saw me on social media and kind of saw what I was doing, and they kind of wanted to get their real estate license. So the majority of them were newer agents that I kind of trained and mentored to get their license and kind of help them get going. So that's one of my passions is kind of working with agents as hands-on as I can be to help them build and grow their business and just help them be an entrepreneur, number one. Because
Okay.
if you don't know how to become an entrepreneur, you're not going to become a good realtor. You'll end
Okay.
up, in that 85 percentile of agents
Okay.
that, kind of leave that first year or two.
Right. What would you say? Like, there's a lot of newer agents in the last few years. We've seen the business explode. We're going to see,
Yeah.
some people obviously are leaving the business. We're seeing
Oh
that
yeah. They're
because
getting
of the
ready.
shift in the market.
Yeah, yeah. It's weeding out time.
Yeah, it is. Now the good agents, the ones that really want to do it. I mean, I think anybody can do this, but you've got to
Mhm.
adjust. You've got to shift with the shifting market. You got
Yeah.
to, branch out, learn new skills, hone in on new things. I remember for me, 2010, I think that was probably my biggest year in the business, with our team. And we had a huge year that year. I started a team
Wow.
in 2005, 3 years into
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, my third year, I did 72 deals by myself. It about killed me. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah,
My
yeah,
my
yeah.
my wife and daughters, hey, my wife here. Let me introduce you to your daughters. This is your oldest one, Jasmine. Hello. I was like, 'cause I
Oh
was I
yeah,
was
yeah.
in
Out showing all day. Out
showing
showing
all
all
day, in appointments all day. I mean, on the
day.
computer. Every time I'm home, I'm not home. I'm in this
Yeah,
office on the computer till midnight, 1 o'clock, and
yeah.
back
Trying to
at it
salvage a
5 and 6 in the morning. Oh my god, trying to keep up. The first hire that I made was an assistant. And I kind of fought that. My wife did it without me knowing it. She ran an ad, and all of a sudden, I'm like, no, what'd you do? And it was the best thing we ever did. Did you, how did you go? Did you, in terms of, I mean, here's what I'm asking this. Somebody
Yeah.
out there maybe listening to this and their business has grown and they are working it and they're doing
Oh
it
yeah.
right. If they want to start building a team, what would you tell that? Like what some of that
Oh yeah.
process to build
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
team?
The first thing I do is you need like minds around you. Number one, but yeah, you have to. I started off with a part-time assistant. She
Okay.
was not licensed, and it was just to help me scale up.
Hmm.
My wife at the time also helped show houses for me, kind of as a buyer's agent, somewhat. So that's kind of how I started with part-time assistant. Because at that time, I wouldn't say I couldn't afford a full-time assistant, but it's what I needed.
Right.
Um, but in 2017, when I moved over to EXP, I pretty much gave her an ultimatum that, hey, you need to get licensed and come full time and leave your job because I'm about to go to that next level. So
Yeah.
she got licensed and she went full time, and I went from 4 agents in 2017 to about 22 agents. Once I joined EXP, and I went from doing about 40 to 50 transactions, if I was lucky, to I would say about 70 to about 80 transactions on average.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
2018, 19, 20. and actually 21 as well. This year was a little bit slower, but I'm starting to pivot, so that's why.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Talk about, so that you joined EXP in 2017, right?
Uh-huh.
That's when you made the move over. What led to that? Where were you prior to that? Were you ever a broker owner? Did you ever have your own company, or was it a team underneath a brokerage?
Just a team underneath the broker,
Okay.
small boutique brokerage.
Okay.
What led to that was basically one of my top producing agents that was on my team back in 2015, 16, and 17. She left and went to EXP.
Okay.
And I wasn't that familiar with EXP. So once she left, she pretty much said, "Hey, check it out. Let me know what you think."
Yeah.
This was after she left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of time agents, they'll leave, and then afterwards they'll talk to you. So they don't give you
Yeah.
a lot of warning. Some
Yeah.
of them. So I took a deep dive into the business model. Took me about a good month and a half to 2 months to really see where the company was kind of going and what the model was how it was built, and it was really a no brainer for me to leverage the model to build multiple streams and to build a retirement through this.
Yeah.
Because I had a 401k with my previous company, but that it just wasn't that much to just say I got a retirement package. So
Yeah. For sure. What
it,
what was what was the biggest challenge, with your team or just in your own personal business? What can you think of? What was the biggest challenge before making the move to EXP? Anything that comes to mind with that?
just the lack of previously with my team, it was just the lack of resources, the lack of tools, lack of training, uh,
Okay.
the lack,
Yeah.
and me being on the hook for pretty much providing all that
Yeah.
is what I just it's something I wouldn't want to do. There's some broker owners or some team leaders that that's going to be their job, and that's fine if they want that as their job to
Sure.
provide the CRM, provide the training, provide the agents with everything that they need, so they can't say that, hey, I wasn't successful because you didn't have A, B, and C in place.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, right now we have certified mentors, we have coaches, we have um, a lot of things to help our agents be successful. I mean, too much stuff; they get
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But before I made the transition, it was lacking.
Yeah. For sure. I was one of those guys that provided, but man, it was expensive.
Oh
And
yeah,
it became a full-time job. I was still doing 30, 35, 40 deals a year myself personally,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
trying to run that on top of the team stuff. Like, oh my goodness. Like I created a much bigger job for myself is what I thought it was going to leverage my time. It did everything but that for me. I mean, it just,
yeah,
oh my goodness. It was
yeah.
crazy.
And being still in production, it's a lot to try to be in charge of someone else's, business or and provide all that stuff. I've always still invested in properties, rehabs, flips, and slowly moving into development. So, you
Hmm.
know, I couldn't do everything at one time.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
How has it been now? Obviously, you're doing well. You've been
Uh,
here now you've been here longer than me. I joined in February 2018 is when I made the move.
2018. Okay, I
Yeah,
joined
I mean, I don't know.
October
There were
2017.
okay, yeah, so not too far behind you, but I don't know. There were whatever 5,000 6,000 agents in the whole company. I mean, I was the 13th agent here in Colorado Springs to join EXP.
13.
Nobody had heard of this. We're over 400 now. I mean, it's just we've done very well here. I mean, it's just taken off in a big way. But at first it was, and honestly, when I saw it, I'm like, what if this works? I'm like, I can't say I was skeptical on it, but at the same time,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like, God,
yeah,
it sounded
absolutely,
too good to be true. Like, there's got to be a catch. Like,
absolutely, yeah,
I
yeah,
got asked that question yesterday. I was showing an agent. She said, "Okay, just tell me, like, just this sounds great. This sounds amazing, but what's the catch?"
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I told her, I said, "Look, I said, 5 years ago when I joined, like, yeah, that's a valid question. 4,000, 5,000 agents in the company, nobody heard of this thing.
Hmm.
Today, like, if there was a catch, we wouldn't be at 86,000 agents. We wouldn't be,
Absolutely,
all
all
these
over.
top agents and brokerages and teams that are just flocking here. I heard we grew by like 3,900 agents just this last month. I mean, that wouldn't be happening if there was a catch. It's just a different model.
Absolutely. I mean, I love the model. I mean, I pinch myself.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's just been a whirlwind for me. I mean, it's like none other. I mean, I got in when the stock was, at $5,
yeah,
and even though it's taking a huge dip during this, this recession or
sure,
whatever we're going through, this downturn, I mean, it's still looking good. So
yeah, oh yeah,
not great, but good. So, yeah, man, I've just been enjoying the ride. Uh, I'm right at close to 150 agents, in my group. The majority of them get the model. Some of them, one of our real focuses this year is agent attraction.
okay,
Uh, I mean, we even have a big event going on this Saturday with Susan Fuqua, the number 3 uh, uh, person at EXP.
nice,
First broker at EXP. She's coming down from Arizona here. So we're going to
wow,
have a really spectacular event focused on agent attraction and just, growing our businesses.
that's awesome. Yeah, well, and here's the thing: what why do you get excited about showing EXP to other agents? Why should other agents out there who will be watching this, who they've heard about us and whatever, and they just haven't looked at it yet? Why should they look?
Well, eventually you're going to want freedom. Eventually you're going to want an exit strategy. I mean, you probably don't want to, you don't know that you don't know, but you probably don't want to do real estate when you're 80 and 90,
Yeah,
or 70. So I
yeah,
would probably not. So, EXP just provides an exit strategy, it provides freedom, it provides multiple streams of income, a great culture, and just so many tools and training that is just amazing. And there's just so many people that you have close proximity to that you normally wouldn't have at other companies. I mean, I've been in elevators multiple times with billionaires,
yeah.
been to events with billionaires, So it's just been really phenomenal to have the ability to bounce things off of a lot of these individuals, had
Hmm.
multiple conversations with the CEO.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. How big is that here? What would you say for Because I know collaboration. And I was so surprised after I've got more relationships with agents now than I've had in my entire 21 years. Even to
yeah,
be able to connect with you and just
yeah,
connecting with agents all over the place, the way this model works. Like, I know we're doing a lunch presentation today, and I know there's a lady coming to the lunch, here this afternoon to take a look at EXP. And her biggest concern is that, you know, the fact that we're virtual.
yep.
She's
That's
already told me, she's like, I'll come and see what it is, but I know you guys are virtual. Like, I just know there's no way that's going to work for me. Like I got to be around people. Well, and I know I'm gonna handle that conversation because I want to show her, like, wait a minute, like, no, look at this. I mean, we're doing a big team dinner tomorrow night. We got all kinds of stuff we do all the time. That collaboration is there, but not just locally, on a nationwide basis. How big has that been for you, the collaboration here and your
oh,
team?
immensely, immensely. I mean, we have events all the time. We have training all the time. Um, there's some agents that have their own office or they utilize our Regis space.
Hmm.
So, and there are some hybrid models where there are some agents that do have an office space, but no one's really ever there. I mean, uh, our collaboration is just insane. I mean, we have groups of agents that meet up regularly with each other and help each other out because we're not in competition with each other. You
Yeah,
know, we're trying to help each other grow and help the company grow.
right.
So,
When there's a shift and I think there's a paradigm shift when we have
mm,
ownership in the company.
oh,
You just
absolutely.
and you don't realize that until you're here. It's like you care about it in a different way. Like everybody wants everybody to succeed because the better we all do, the better our brand does, the better our stock does, the more agents that want to join us. Like, it's such a win. So everybody is sharing things at a level that I've never seen before,
Oh,
ever.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
have you experienced that?
Oh man, I mean, the last year, actually 2000, the last 2 years at EXPCon have been just mind
Yeah.
blowing, phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially our 10-year anniversary one. That was just insane.
Yeah.
And the training sessions that we have there and the collaboration we have there is crazy. Even the EXP shareholder summit in Florida, I've been the last 3 years. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just been absolute blessing to be able to just go to those
Phenomenal stuff.
trainings, hear the people speak. I was even asked to speak the last time, I think in this, at the last EXPCon, but
Okay.
I wasn't able to make it to the speaking engagement.
Okay. Okay. Well, good for you. Real quick, explain to everybody, because again, I mentioned at the very beginning, you're a 5-time icon agent with EXP. For those that are outside of EXP watching this, whatever, talk about what that is and why that's such a big deal. And hit that real quick. Explain the icon agent.
Yeah. Well, the Icon Agent program basically is a program that EXP has for those top agents, because EXP rewards agents that produce. It's a company that rewards agents for production and for numbers. So once you cap at 16,000 and you do 22 transactions after that, you icon. Now, depending on your gross income and all that is, which level of icon agent award that you get. So I'm working on my 6. I just capped in December. So I'm thinking that I should make icon by probably March or April.
Okay.
So when you're doing, not that you have to do a lot of volume, but you do have to typically sell anywhere from 20 to 30 units.
Somewhere in that range,
Yeah,
typically,
somewhere in that range.
for most icons.
Yeah, for most icons. So,
and we're seeing about, anywhere from, seems like around 270 to 300, 330 icons a month.
Yeah.
Here at EXP, and it's a big deal. And then to be able to get, that was huge for me when I saw it, because when I really wrapped my head around that, like, wait a minute, you're going to give me my 16,000 back?
Yeah.
In the form of stock.
Mm-hmm.
And I've realized too, I'm like, I'd much rather get the stock back in $16,000 worth of stock.
Oh, yes.
Just a check for $16,000. They could cut me a check, but that 16,000 that my wife and I got 4 years ago today is worth, dozens of times more.
Yes, 10x.
When they first gave, when they first gave it to us. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah. And I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. It's stock. I hear even EXP agents right now, oh my God, the stock, it's down. I'm like, no, that's when you buy.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I love that it's down, or whatever. Hit icon this year, you're gonna get more shares.
Yeah, buy at a discount through our agent equity program,
Totally.
Each transaction. Yeah. So it's just so many ways that you can build wealth through EXP, and in real estate, period. So that's what I love.
Well, and let me ask you real quick, because I was reading, some of your story on EXP Life, whatever. It's kind of where I saw, I'm like, man, I got to talk to this guy. So how old are you right now, Clifton? Can I ask?
I'm 43.
43. And I know your plan right now, at least when that article was done about you, you're planning to retire. Your goal is to retire in about 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes, retire from a portion of real estate.
Right.
You never truly retire.
I'll never be laying on the couch all day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I may be doing what you're doing. Doing a podcast interview.
Travel around a little bit.
Yeah, travel around. Yeah. But
sure.
once I get to about 10 icons, in about 3 more years, then I'll probably transition or pivot into more in the development or doing syndications or something like that.
Right. Well, let me just say, here's what I love about this model. I think within 3 to 5 years here, everybody, if you're producing it all on a consistent basis, you at least have some options here.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You could hit icon every year. You could do 40, 50 deals. You can build a traditional team here. We'll help you do that. There's whatever you want to do in your business. It's your business. You can run it and run your life the way you want to. There's no quotas. There's nothing like that, whatever. Yeah. But I think within 3 to 5 years, if you do it right, you've at least got some options. You've got stock that's building up over here.
Absolutely.
If you want to reach out to agents, you can build that third stream of income here.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw I'm going to make more money for what I'm doing anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I just like, why not? This just only made sense to me
Yeah.
financially when I saw this model. It's huge.
Absolutely. I never thought that, once a month I'd, get 2 commission checks. It's like selling 2 houses, in
Exactly.
revenue share,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, some
Well,
people
and
are
yeah,
selling 10 houses.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and here and the peace of mind of this, and I've been telling people like I think it was November. My wife and I, we worked together. She's licensed also, and so we had like 3 closings of our own that fell apart. I mean, for whatever reason, the interest rates too
Right.
high, the payment got too high, they had to back out. Inspection, 3 deals that fell apart. We had no closings of our own that month. However, I got paid on like, I don't know, 50, 60 closings, whatever it was, because
Right.
of our revenue share group. And that more than covers our bills. And it's just, you know, we're good. We're
Yeah.
fine. Like there's a peace of mind about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and that's, our revenue share group right now. I mean, it's, I don't know, 10 states, 4 countries outside of the US, India, Brazil, Mexico, Canada, plus across the country. And it's just growing and building. And
Man, that's
we're just having a
magnificent.
blast with it. It's
That is
just, it's like,
magnificent.
and I love showing it to agents because I know what it can do for them.
Yep.
We're
You
not
show them
selling
the
snake
possibilities.
oil up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, dream a little bit. Let's run your numbers, evaluate this with your numbers and just see
Yep.
how much more money would you make. And is that something you want to pursue further? I mean, at least look at it.
Yeah. At least
You don't
consider.
know what you don't know.
Yep.
Come on. So
Yeah.
real quick, just to wrap it up, I do want to hit this real fast because I was really, one of the things for me, I'll just share this here. We'll dig into this because I know this is a big part of your life as well.
Mhm.
30 years ago for me, it was August of 1992. I became a Christian.
Okay.
I don't want to hit that real fast because I saw that you. It looks like that's a big thing for you as well.
Absolutely.
Am I right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My whole business is Christ centered, in regards to my social media post, how I conduct myself just
Yeah.
with my team and everything. I believe in really just treating other people, the way I want to be treated and the way Christ would want to, would treat someone else. So,
Yep.
my whole family, we're a whole family of Christians. So, we believe in, putting that, first and foremost, but before anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And I wanted to touch on that real quick. I saw that was a big part of your life. It's definitely a big part of my wife and I. And, we got our small group we lead on Tuesdays at our house, from church. And, my daughter, she works with a ministry and, it's been a big part of our lives for 30 years. I don't know. It's just been huge for our real estate business as well. I mean, just
Oh yeah.
in the way we conduct our business and stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm all so much about just integrity and everything else we need to do, so.
Absolutely.
Not to push that on other people, whatever, but
Yeah.
I want to be putting that out there,
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes you just got to hand it over to him and keep it moving.
yeah.
Yeah. Some people
Definitely.
ask, how do you do so much? How do you do so much? Well, I just,
Yeah.
It isn't me. It isn't.
Yeah. Well, it's just the peace of heart and mind that comes along with that as well. Just that trust that, what, I don't know, God's got it figured out. I don't know. Yeah, I got to work hard. We'll pivot, we'll do our different things. But at the end of it all, I'm not gonna roll over at night at 3:00 in the morning. Oh my gosh, the world's falling apart. It's like calm down. Like God's got this all figured out. Just trust in that.
Absolutely.
So anyway, well, good for you. Hey, real quick, anything else that you want to add before we wrap things up? I really appreciate your time. You got a great story.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just, honored and privileged to even be, invited, anytime I'm asked to speak or to say any words of wisdom or anything, I just say, hey, I give God the glory and thank you for the opportunity and, to even be considered. I'm still building, I'm still growing. I think life's about growth. Life's about, putting yourself in those, hard situations and growing through it. So, as long as you put God first, then everything else will fall in line.
We are all under construction. We are
Absolutely. Absolutely.
all these books over here, a lot of them are personal development, business. I don't know, from about there on, it's all just Christian stuff. I'm always working on myself. I mean, I don't know, long way to go to get to where I need to be, but day by day, step by step, got a lot of goals this year. So
absolutely.
It's going to be fun. Well, I appreciate your time. I look forward to, will you be in Orlando this year?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I sure will. I will be sign up so I can save that $200 some.
Yeah, exactly. I got to do it. I just keep like, I'll get there. I got to get it done. So I don't forget either. But yeah, I will definitely see you there. Look forward to meeting you face to face
Hey,
in person.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I do appreciate your time. So, guys, if you have any questions for Clifton, myself, either one of us, just put them in the comments, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you'd like. If you're on my YouTube channel, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're doing a couple of these a week. You can get some good stuff here, all kinds of stuff on that page. But, for sure, we will get back to you and answer any questions that you have. If you've never seen EXP and you know Clifton, I'm telling you, reach out to him. Call him up. Tell me why you're excited about this company. Call me if you've never seen it. You know me. We're here to help you, whatever. We're not here to push you into it at all, but at least look at it. Answer your questions and just evaluate it for yourself. So, Clifton, again, thank you very much. Guys, have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here soon. Take care, everybody.